And so are you. And welcome. We're still in the middle of the solar eclipse for anyone who's feeling it or present for it. A lot of interesting, fun energy to talk about things that are happening across the planet. I'm so excited and honored to get to introduce once again Guardian to the channel. You've been out for a little bit, so I've been like really anticipating talking to you again. I've missed you, so I'm so happy to have you back. How are you today?
Well, I'm happy to be back. It's super awesome. I had like a 1.5 week off. I really needed a break from everything that I was doing, and it was really good for like reflecting and like
Yeah,
I'm just turning everything off and just like focusing on myself and enjoying life. It was
good for
really
you.
refreshing, yeah. Especially that like August like has been like very intense, like emotionally and energetically, at
Yeah,
least on my end. And I also heard from other people too that yeah, like it has been very intense. A lot of stuff has been coming up. And yeah, like just a lot of things that needed to be processed. And it was very exhausting, at least
yeah.
in my experience.
Oh yeah. And right now in particular, I would say for me, I've been noticing that even more exhaustion than usual. Not what I mean by the new usual. I've been really, really tired. And if you look at the Schumann resonance, it's all integration energy right now. So that does typically cause us to be even more worn down than typical, you know. So there's that. There's also something else I wanted to point out before it stops. No, that was the eclipse. So the eclipse continues for 12 more minutes. It's when it's complete. There was a question in the audience about it. Guardian, did you get to see any of the total eclipse from Transylvania?
Uh, I don't remember if it's going to be this evening or tomorrow evening, but I know like it has been like advertised all over the place here too. That I think the last time that we had like an eclipse here in Romania, it was when I was like 10 or so. So it's like a regular thing that happens, but not too often.
Wow,
But on our end, we're going to see it partially when the sun goes down. So I'm not sure if we're going to like
you
catch
missed
it or
it.
not. And I'm not sure. Yeah. But yeah, like we're going to see the stars falling and all.
Yeah. Well, that's the other part is that there is that it's the peak of the Perseid meteor shower, which is 100 to 150 meteors per hour, which is
Hmm.
tonight and tomorrow night. The eclipse, if you were to see it where you're at, Guardian, it would have been like an hour or so ago. Um,
Yeah, I think I missed it, but we have a bit of overcast, and theoretically, it would have been just like a very partial thing on our end. I think the you would have seen the full eclipse around like France or so.
yeah,
At least that's what I
Greenland.
heard. Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I actually wondered too because I know I kept seeing Greenland, and Greenland's a thing. Or it's like a point of code for me right now. Oh, there's something else. This is so much fun. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Have you heard, Guardian, about the conversation regarding the suspension of gravity, the 7 second period where supposedly everybody's been talking about it for like 8, 9 months? That today, where we were supposed to not have gravity for 7 seconds.
I'm not sure. I've been experiencing gravity quite well today. So,
I know
although,
it feels the other way.
although I have been feeling quite disoriented when I woke up in the middle of the night and I had to go to the bathroom, so I'm not sure about
Right.
that.
Right. Well, what's funny about that is that that if that was supposed to quote unquote happen at 9:33 a.m. today, so that was several hours ago. It's 1:43 p.m. for me right now. So a couple of hours ago was when it was supposed to happen. But it was a thing, and I actually, it was such a conversation point. People were selling out of duct tape. Like, I mean, all my mind goes, okay, obviously what they're doing with that duct tape is they're duct taping their TVs to the floor, and you know, like for that
Yeah,
7
when
second.
the apocalypse comes, you need toilet paper above all things. So,
Right. The TP apocalypse. That was unexpected, honestly. I was like, wait, of all the things. But there is something about this because it's such a significant time that people have been not only making motions like this, but there was an official, hey, it's 144,000 official statement by NASA or something saying, guys, it's not going to happen. We're going to keep our gravity. Like, I think it was interesting that it made such a, these types of things are usually obscure little groups. They're just, pockets of, and this hit everybody. Everybody knew about it. I thought that was really, it covered enough bases that NASA even made a statement, I just thought that was really fascinating. So there's
yeah.
also a lot of weather moving through. Chef Deb's talking about the wicked weather here on the East Coast, Kansas and Illinois having some pretty intense weather. And there's a lot of crazy earthquakes going on right now. So we're feeling it.
Yeah, like the weather had been very hot, at least around here. So,
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you do. Is that okay, Guardian? If I do
yeah,
interview style?
sure.
So, I'm just curious. So if I were to be like, okay, I need to set up I want to meet with Guardian and receive the services that he's been offering.
Mhm.
First of all, the paintings behind you are examples of what we're talking about right now, right?
Yeah, in part, yeah, it can be, but not necessarily.
Right. So it's a commission. So I know a lot of you know who Guardian is, but I'm just going to do this for a second. Guardian's been doing spiritually based YouTube content since like 2013 or something like that. Isn't that right? Like on and off since
Yeah, like
2013.
I started in 2013, but I really went very serious in 2020 when the
Yeah.
lockdowns happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you were my saving grace at that time for sure. Mondays at 12 p.m. every week. And it was so, I totally get it now, but back then, like, you were my lifeline. So on the rare occasion you couldn't go live, I was so depressed.
I mean, we had a baby back then, so it was difficult.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. And the light language that you brought through, like you became famous for your light language for a long time there. Still a lot of people will tell me that they go back and use your light language, and particularly the three rays of the green, the blue, and the violet flame light language meditations that you were doing. But what's more too is that I know you know this, Guardian. I'm just going to say this live to other people. Is I actually found your video with a video you had made in 2013, and when I saw you again in 2020, I actually didn't know you were the same person because you grew up,
I was a bit older, yeah.
right, and you just looked different in the way that. And what really attracted me to you back in 2013, I happened across your video, and I didn't even really engage with YouTube very much back then at all, was that you described what it felt like to be hugged by one of these energetically hugged by these beings. And that was like, I remember thinking no one can say that without knowing, without having been there in that position before. And so I'm kind of giving a background because what was it? Didn't you have like a really big awakening in 2012 that led to that YouTube channel?
Yeah. Yeah, like the 2012 was when my life turned upside down in a very good way.
Do
But
you want
yeah,
to talk
like
about that?
I mean, I can, yeah, sure. So before my awakening, I was like lived a very regular life, and I was trying to like fit into society, like do all the materialistic stuff and what like society expects of you.
Hmm.
And I was incredibly like disconnected from who I was, and I was like super unhappy and unhealthy. And I came to like a breaking point in 2012 in February. And just for the sake of like entertainment, I like asked myself one day, like, hey, like if the world would actually end this year in December, like, would I be happy with myself? And I was like, nope. And yeah, like then this like huge revelation came that I was like super disconnected from who I actually am, and like this huge rush of love was just like flowing over me and like through my body, and it was like incredibly overwhelming. And yeah, I started crying, and I had a great crying session for 2 or 3 days. I mean, oh my god, like a lot of shit just like came up that I was like suppressing for years. And yeah, like very rapidly, I just turned like 180. My
Yeah.
life turned around completely because I decided, like, okay, I'm done with all that stuff that doesn't work. And I didn't know what will work, but I knew what I didn't want. So then, like, the big exploration stuff started and weird stuff during the night. So whenever I tried to sleep or relax, weird shit happened. So like
Yeah.
that was like really like pushing me to own my own energy and like my free will and like exercise my sovereignty and all of that. So yeah, I was like experiencing like a very intense crash course on energetic activations, sovereignty, and how things work on the astral in just
Yeah.
a few months. It was very intense.
In just a few months.
Yeah.
Wow. And and the types of activity that you're having at night were not the most they didn't feel that fantastic, right? You were having
No, not
some
really. I
darker
was
stuff happening.
really scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
I was
when
hoping
like people like know about like sleep paralysis and all those stuff, or whenever just like trying to relax, like something came and like ripped me out of my body and like throw me across the room and stuff like that. So it was not very pleasant. Like I came to the point that I was like afraid to go asleep, and I had
yeah.
like all the lights on in the house because I was afraid to be alone. So
Mhm.
yeah, it was like a Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, like you don't want to fall asleep because Freddy is going to get you.
Yeah.
It was kind of that situation. It was really bad. So
Wow. I feel like most people can relate to this, like that when early awakening, we're always kind of the picture that we're painted is like rainbows and butterflies and bliss and everything. And that does get to be a part of it eventually, you
yeah.
know, though most often the initial awakening process is a little bit more like your story, right? How did you get through that? How did you, because it was, I mean, I also relate to the lights all being on and also having a TV or a radio playing and like trying to like cause commotion in the house enough to be able to sleep, and
Yeah.
what did you find or what worked for you to kind of regulate that so you were able to start resting a little bit more, maybe even turning some lights off?
I mean, I don't necessarily know like the huge breaking point in it. I like the whole thing was like pushing me to exercise my free will, to
Hmm.
like say no, like I do not consent to any of this, or I'm not going to be a part of it, or stuff like that. So yeah,
Right.
that was really the thing that shifted stuff around when I said no, like no more of this.
Yeah.
I'm not accepting this type of behavior or interaction or anything like that. And when I actually did that, then things really started to shift around. Because if you like don't set a clear intent on like what you want to experience, or you don't exercise your free will, then yeah, like anything goes basically because you
Right.
didn't set any boundaries or expectations on what can be or how things can happen to you.
Right. That makes a lot of sense to me too. And
Yeah.
so,
Mhm.
pardon me, go ahead.
Oh no, I just want to say like the whole point of it was to like push me to very quickly to stand in my center and my power. It was almost like throwing me into the deep water and like okay, like swim.
Yeah.
Start swimming. I'm like, I mean, you had to swim or you would drown. So,
Right.
yeah.
And I think it's really fascinating that we're talking about this right now. I actually didn't do this on purpose, but someone did.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
it always works out that way. Is that something just happened the past 2 days? And one of those things is that, well, first of all, I haven't done a Friday, or excuse me, a Wednesday group Zoom meeting in like a really long time. I've done like 4 months actually, and I'm
Oh,
doing one today. I'm gonna kind of be doing it irregularly, sporadically. And so I was going through and grabbing some cartoons. I always like to throw up some memes because they're awesome to do that. Um, in order to like put the post up of this thing happening. And one of those that I ended up grabbing was the Avatar. And
oh, I
that
haven't seen it. Is it
what
on
was that?
Facebook? Is it on Facebook, the post, or on your
Yeah, I
YouTube
put it on
channel?
Facebook. It's the third eye chakra blocker part where it says illusion of separation. Guru Pathik says the greatest illusion of the world is the illusion of separation. Things you think are separate are different and different are actually one and the same. We are all one people, but we live as if divided.
Mm-hmm.
What's really crazy, just to add this last little part, and then I'm gonna um literally an hour before, maybe 2 hours before that, uh, I have a big stack of spiral notebooks like these, and just like all things, if you had enough of them, they kind of collapse. Well, there was an avalanche, and one of them opened up to an entry that I had made um, in 2025 that details each of the things that the avatar taught us about how to unblock each of the chakras. And it reminded me, and the fact that they all go together, because Guardian, you're actually the one that brought this up. I actually didn't even know about. I'd seen this cartoon playing in the background. My brother was watching it when he was little, but I didn't, at that time. And we had this conversation about going through each of the chakra systems and like a result that you had from it, and that I like this to bring these stories up of yours, specifically Guardian, because you have such an extreme example, and a lot of people do have similar experiences to yours and don't always know what to do about it,
Mm-hmm.
but this was a way to cleanse, but also there was some really interesting. Do you feel like telling the story, or is that a little bit too much?
No, like we can address it in a few minutes. Yeah, like yeah, but the effect that I got is what's not necessarily from going through all the chakras and clearing them. Like I was doing something else before that. So when I was like a very noob when I at what I was doing, I used my own vital energy to like seal away nasty stuff, nasty energies somewhere and like cleanse that area. And you should never use your vital energies to do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
And I was bleeding my vital energies and I didn't know it. And it was taking like 3 days or so. And the third day I was like, I was out. Like, I mean, I wasn't feeling pain or anything. I just like my body was like just giving up. I don't know how to better describe it. I just like had to lay down because I just couldn't function anymore. And then this whole cleansing of the chakras like came up just like in the show, and I was like going through all of them from the root up to the crown. And when I did the last one, I think the last one is like you have to let go of all earthly attachments or something like that,
Mhm.
of like letting the cosmic energies flow through you. And when I did that and like started to like release and like let go of my body, and yeah, like my energetic body was just attracted by the gravity of the sun, and I was dragged into the sun and through the sun, like through the energetic pathways that like connect the stars. And I was
Yeah.
like going through that star highway, or I don't know how to call that, towards the center of the galaxy. All of a sudden, I was just like starting to lose sense of my body. It was like a thousand like little needles were just like perking my fingers, my hands, my toes, my feet, and like it was just coming up towards my torso. And as this
Yeah.
like painful kind of sensation was like going through my body, whenever it left, I could no longer feel my hands or feet. And it was like coming close to my torso. Then like a voice just came in like no. It all felt like someone just grabbed me and just put me back into my body, like go
Wow.
back to your place. And yeah, it was a big reset. And like everything was okay afterwards. So I wasn't bleeding my vital energy afterwards. And I learned
Good.
not to do that.
Did you know who it was that put you back in your body? That was did
I
you
don't know.
get
I
it
think it's
at the time?
probably me. I was probably me on a higher level.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured too. It's just interesting when we're doing it. Like we don't always like what did it feel like back then? At that time, did was there a thought that it reminded you of somebody or that it just you were just in the moment, so you didn't
I don't know.
like
Yeah, but it felt very human. So I probably it was
interesting.
me on a higher level.
Right, for sure. Wow. It's really and the kind of awakening story that you have is so like and bam, like big all of a sudden, where a lot of people had been getting smaller or more gradual kind of awakenings. And your kind of story was a little bit more uncommon, but it's becoming more popular or more common that people are because of the
Oh
time frame that we're
yeah.
in now.
Yeah, because like things are speeding up and like you don't have the luxury of like
Yeah.
smoothly and nice, like bit by bit, have those awakenings.
Yeah.
It's like everything just like coming in all at once right now. Yeah.
So for those individuals, because you do have a unique kind of perspective in this, that you've been through this, like kind of circling back a tiny bit, um, what was the other thing that I did it again, Guardian? I actually asked you a couple days ago. I'm like, what is that chant? I've forgotten it again. How did I do that?
Oh, the
Um,
Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh Adonai Sabaoth.
right. That this chant I've found over the years because of what Guardian, you actually are the one that pointed me in this direction. Um, it really resolves a lot of this like invader kind of dark stuff that happens in the night, and like, and do you remember what that even means? I can't remember what that translates for. It's like holy
Mm,
something.
holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts, I think. If I
Interesting.
think that's how it's translated into English.
And for my experience using that chant, it it's like the SWAT team of spirits show up
Yeah.
and
It's like you're
immediately.
yeah, it's very intense, especially if something bad is happening.
Right. It's useful to have, kind of be armed with. I was just talking to somebody about this who's, um, we all have our different points in this world. And one of the things that I picked up along the way was I learned how to snowboard. And
Mhm.
one of the first things that they do when you're learning is they teach you how to fall down. And I use that way of doing the world in a lot of different places. If you learn how to resolve things when they see if they go for the worse, then everything else is play. And so arming yourself with kadosh 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 Adonai symbiote, or knowing you can take your power back, or that turning on the lights does actually delay something from, it does stop for that time, and tools like this I feel like it's essential to assist people to arm themselves with this knowledge, these knowledges, and bring them forward as they move through that, because most people are having abrupt awakening experiences as you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like especially this mantra is like really good, especially during the night,
Yeah.
because like when we are centered, when we're awake, like you can call in those higher vibrational energies to like shift things around. But when you just like wake up from a dream or you're in the dream, it's like very difficult to focus, not to mention like bring in any type of energies. So
Yeah.
like having this repeating within your mind, it's like I used it kind of like a fail-safe system. Like if something goes wrong, like it kicks in, and I
Yeah.
start to repeat it like even unconsciously. It just kicks in, and I start to repeat it and repeat it, and like it shifts everything
Oh,
that's happening because yeah, like your light SWAT team is coming in to save the
yeah.
day and like shift everything around. And it has literally saved my ass a few times. So
Yeah. I found it to be useful. It works right away for me. Every time I've tried it, it has
mhm.
been amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like
like a SWAT
repeat
team.
it. Yeah, like repeat it throughout your day, like every day, and you won't even think about it. It just like becomes part of your subconscious, and whenever you need it, it will just like whoop, like come forward and may do its magic. So
Yeah.
it's really
It's,
good.
it's
Yeah,
so
like you can
cool.
also like use it to like start your meditation to like clear everything out and
Hmm.
like set like a clear center yourself and like set a clear intent that you only want to work with the highest and purest energies, and it's really good for that too. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
personally have not used it for that, but it's you can do it. Like be creative.
Yeah. Yeah. Play around. I mean, and that's the other thing too, is we all have unique fingerprints, and so does our experience in these things. Like some of the things that we do can be really close, but if we tweak it just a tiny bit and feel okay about doing that, some of the rigidity that we've been taught in more structured religious kind of situations has left a residue of the belief that we need to follow rigidity to make it work, and it doesn't always isn't always the case. Like for instance, people say that they're supposed to be so reverent and all this stuff when you talk to these beings, and honestly, I don't find that to be true. In fact, the first person that I call the blue people, because they have this really bright blue skin. Um, they almost the color of a hyperlink, that blue. Um, is There's this one lady that was interacting with me for a while, and she thought it was so hilarious to drop the F bomb. She thought it was so funny that people reacted to swear words like that. That it was just so, you know, why? Yeah, and so what I'm saying is that we are often so feel like we're supposed to follow tradition when tradition has nothing to do with it, except for maybe helping the message carry through the generations, and it's okay to tweak it based on your own personal needs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I also really, by the way, like I started learning Reiki in the past 2 months, and I really like. I mean, I don't know what it's like with other teachers, but like my master is like really into like letting yourself be guided by the energy and like your higher self, and
Yeah.
like not necessarily follow the blueprints as it should be, just like follow what you're being guided to do basically, because like every situation is unique, and like the needs of each person is unique, and like you need to adjust to that and just like go with it and like see what that person needs or what you need in that specific moment to like make the shift or bring
Right.
through healing or whatever you need in that moment. So
Right. and that will, just like you were saying, it'll be different based on each moment you're in, and that's okay to let yourself learn that. So how long? So you've been doing it for like 2 weeks, you're saying?
I'm sorry.
You said you've been practicing this, you've been uh learning it in this way, like for the past couple of weeks.
No, for like more than 2 months now. Yeah, like I finished the first two levels of Reiki. I'm doing level 3 now.
I
I'm
heard the wrong two in my head. I was
yeah,
multitasking.
yeah. I'm speed running through the levels.
Wow. So are you offering Reiki services for people at this time?
I mean, I have not done it remotely, but if anyone wants to try it out, I guess. Like
I know it
I'm
works.
offering, yeah, like I'm offering something different, which is being also amplified by my knowledge that I gained through Reiki. Yeah,
Well,
but
you gonna
yeah,
talk about what you're offering a little bit?
yeah,
I
sure.
didn't mean to keep cutting you off there, Guardian. I'm sorry.
No problem. Yeah, like by the way, I think like some of you are like already know, like I've been doing not necessarily like healing sessions, but like higher self alignment sessions for the 2 past months, I think, which is also like combining like deep inner work with intuitive art. And yeah, like now it's very much like focused on like bringing together my experience in like energy healing and hypnotherapy and now Reiki too to
Yes.
like create this deep experience for people to transmute the blockages that they're experiencing in the moment, because I hope that everyone like has like a vision or something that they're working towards in their life, like where they want to be, like their highest timeline, the highest version of themselves that they want to reach. And like all of us have our blockages, and like this whole system is like built to help you resolve the things that are keeping you from reaching that level of like letting in abundance, love, and like prosperity into your life.
Hmm.
And yeah, like we do a very intense transmutation of all these densities, like all the blockages that come up, and after that like we align with your highest timeline, bring that in, and interesting stuff can happen. I mean, it's very unique to each person, like whatever they need. But usually that's the blueprint that we're following, that we're doing a deep transmutation of the things that are keeping you away from your highest version, basically, at this time.
Right.
So we can reach more easily the state of being that you want to be in and anchor in all that love and abundance into your life. And this is the first part. Like this
Wow.
costs like $55. The time when I think we did it for like 2 months when it was like completely free.
Yeah,
But
I thought you were gonna do it for free only for like a couple of weeks. You went for 2 whole months doing that. That was
no, I
really
did it
nice of
for
you.
2 months. So anyone who didn't schedule that, $55 is also like a very symbolic
Yeah, that's not
amount,
very
because like
much.
yeah, because like I usually spend like 1.5 hours with a person, sometimes even more. I mean, it depends like what the person needs. So yeah, like that's the first part. And for the second part, which is completely optional, is like if a person like wants to take that to the next level, then they can like commission a spirit painting or power painting of which is like embodying the next phase of their life or what you're striving towards, embodying like all the symbology and energies of the higher timeline into a painting, which you can
Yes.
see in the background. I can also show you one right now. I know I
Please.
use this. I know I used this for quite some time.
Oh, your camera went blurry.
Oh my god, like it's let me show. Okay, so I used this painting quite a few times. I'm sorry, but yeah.
That's
Okay, it's
beautiful.
back. Yeah, okay. I didn't know what to pick. I only had like 5 minutes to prepare for this, so I'm sorry that I'm showing the same painting again.
No, I love it.
Yeah, this is one of
So
my favorite. This is what the one that I did from scratch just by myself. We usually paint together with my wife, so all
that
our
makes it even more
paintings,
amazing that you do
yeah,
it
like all our
together.
paintings are collaborations.
And this is an embodiment, the commission, the painting that is the result of the session is an embodiment or an aspect of their higher self in some way that you can hang on your wall.
Yeah, like it can be a reminder. Like, I mean, like it's different for every person, but people usually hang stuff on their wall because it makes them feel a certain way.
Hmm.
Like, like when you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, I really love that, or it like lifts you up, or I don't know, like for every person is different. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, like usually people put stuff in their room or in their wall because it makes them feel a certain way. And our goal is to like create things that like uplift people and like anchor those high vibrational energies.
Yeah.
So yeah, and something that is pretty or aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I see Kat in the
Thank
audience.
you.
I just want to say hi. I've connected with her a while back. Hello. Thank you for y'all being here.
Thank you.
So, and it's gorgeous too. Like Josh is right. It's a good painting to use because it's such a beautiful example of what it is that you have to offer, that you are capable of producing, and the fact that you did that all by yourself. I don't mean to say it like that, but like um it's it brings through the heart chords of what it is like. There's a link between us and our higher self, and it's like an energetic tether in some way. And to have that where you can hang it in a position, in a place, and that you are spending your time, you'll be receiving the energy of it, like the constantly, whether or not you're even looking at it, right? And so I just think it's just really beautiful, the stuff that you produce. I feel the soul behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's very similar to like also with like Reiki symbols or other symbolic sigils and all that stuff, or like light language. This is in a not printed but in a painted format basically.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Everything is a permission slip for yourself. I like that, Rose Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so Trisha says, what a beautiful gift to give to the collective. I'm looking forward to scheduling a session. And
Oh,
in order to do that, for anyone who is interested to scheduling a session with Guardian, we're not quite wrapping up the show today yet. This is something that this is his contact information, guardian.orion.contact@gmail.com.
oh, that's
Um,
very long.
it's okay.
Yeah, but it's in the description of the video too.
Yeah,
So just copy paste people. You don't have to write.
right. And it's awesome that because if you put it inside the comments like I've done here, then you
Mhm.
can also just go to the live comments if you're watching this on replay. And at least it is on the Higher Vibrations channel. If you're tuning in from Guardian's channel, you're gonna there's the hyperlink isn't there for you to be able to grab,
Mhm.
but it is on my end. Um, and that session is about an hour to an hour and a half for $55, which is really, really, really affordable. I mean, it's I that's a good amount of time that you're spending with an individual and connecting with
Yeah,
them in
like
this way.
I wasn't able to like have it free forever, but I still wanted to be like reachable for
Yeah,
as many people as possible.
yeah, yeah. And that just it's such a beautiful service that you offer to the world. So thank you for your service.
Yeah, like,
And
and also we will be like creating other stuff too. By the way, like I'm just dropping breadcrumbs. I mean, it's not necessarily fully crystallized yet, but we're like working together with my Reiki master to like creating this course or experience for people to like transmute density within themselves. Like
yeah,
I've done it with her at the beginning of our when I learned from her. It's like she created this very great practice through which you can do each day for at least a month of like bringing up all these ancestral patterns, which we all have a lot of stuff. We inherit a lot of crap from our
yeah,
from our predecessors, and yeah, like it's really good in like bringing those up. It can be uncomfortable, but it's really good in like bringing up and allowing yourself to actually transmute all those negative patterns that were like holding you back. Like it was like so crazy to like see how many inherited like vows of like poverty or suffering, especially from the Middle Ages. Like we had a lot of that, of like vows of to suffer, or like these belief systems that you had to suffer to please God, or you have to
Right.
be in poverty to be worthy, or things like that. And like it's even many times it's not even conscious. It's just like something that we got from our parents or our predecessors. And yeah, like we have a lot of stuff holding us back.
Yeah.
And like we created this program that's like really going you step by step and like bringing that up and like allowing you to like transform it and like bring in what you actually want to experience,
Right.
which is like the essence of what we're doing right now during this time of great change that we're in right now. So
It's a big one.
yeah,
It's a yeah, a lot
and
of
we'll be sharing
shifting.
more of that in the near future. So
That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. This is really neat that you're, and then, I mean, you're already an energy worker. So to go through a course is only, like increasing your ability. Cause I mean,
yeah.
technically, we're all Reiki workers. We just don't always realize what we're doing, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah. I mean, I've been kind of doing the same stuff and like sharing tidbits of the same work throughout the years here and there through my meditations, went
Right.
through our talks. But that's like really good because it's like putting everything together and like in one place and like a practice that you can follow day by day. And
Yeah.
I've always like with everything else, if you do something every day and you're consistent, like you're going to get great results. Like that's how, because you're reprogramming yourself basically.
Right. Right.
Like all that we experience right now is like the amalgamation or the result of all the programming that we have received so far
Hmm.
throughout our lives, every day, every hour. And yeah, like it's time to like reprogram yourself in a conscious way and like to function in a way that you prefer to be in, rather than just like be the victim of your, I don't know, like negative subconscious belief systems. Because if you don't take control of your own life, like that's what's running the game. It's your
Yeah.
subconscious belief systems. So
Right.
yeah, and you can change that if you want to.
Right. So many people would say that they feel stuck, like they don't have a choice, a way out, when there really is. You know, there's a way, and a lot of the ways that we've highlighted today are the answer to that question. Cara, by the way, she says, excited that Guardian's painting is on its way to my island now. His sessions are
Oh
great.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's going a long way to Tasmania.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun how the world works in that way. And once again, that's the contact email for anyone who is interested in
Yeah, and if
connecting
it's
with you.
too long, it's in the description of the video. So
Right. Um, Also, uh, as we all begin to become more connected with our own energetic spheres and the what we have access to, we're becoming more and more aware of our physical connection to the land that we walk on. So where on the planet that you stand, but also to these remote sessions that we'll do. All I've noticed that we kind of cause grid work, but across the planet via the internet, Zoom meetings, restream like this. It's
mhm.
it's really fascinating. The first time I ever got a taste for being able to do anything remotely was in 2019 or 2018. Had been talking to somebody I met on Facebook, this awesome woman, um, who was having some difficulty, physical difficulty, and my higher self agreed that I would go ahead and do some healing from across the country. And I didn't ever, before that moment, I didn't know you could do that. Like I know you
Mhm.
pray for somebody and when they're not doing well and they can be as far away from you as possible and still that would assist them in some way. But I didn't fully comprehend it until we were able to help dissolve some density in this woman's physical body, by, it was almost like remote viewing style.
Hmm.
And then that was amplified by our conversations with Guardian over the years. My session that I had with you a couple of years back, it's probably been a lot longer than it feels like ago. But I had been experiencing a life of dysphoria, my entire every time I saw a reflection of myself, I would quiver and disappear. Like I was ducked underneath. I still don't. I'm just still in the habit of not turning the light on in the bathroom when I go in the bathroom, because the only purpose of having the light on in the bathroom is to look in the mirror, in my
Hmm.
opinion. And so I never, I would duck under mirrors and all this stuff. And um, just that was my life. And then one day, I was aligned to meet with Guardian, and we did this session. And within one day, I happened to walk into the bathroom. It was daytime, so there was sun, and so couldn't, the light was in there, and I happened to catch my own reflection, and I saw somebody else. I saw somebody I'd never seen before in my own reflection. All those times that I thought that the reason that guys smile when they look at me was because they were teasing me in their heads, like that all dissolved. And I suddenly saw somebody different than I'd been seeing. And I remember being like, great, now that I'm in my 40s, I know I'm not ugly. Like the point is that I spent all of my life seeing something that wasn't true. See, it was like a spell. And
Hmm.
the session that I did with you, Guardian, it it severed, it unbroke, it uncast that spell. I mean, and I've been a different person every day since that moment.
Yeah, awesome. Now we take a great advantage of the sessions.
Yeah, you're amazing. And anybody who has I strongly encourage you to connect with Guardian. Even if you're not going to commission a painting afterward, you're able to do hour and a half with Guardian, and but with $55, that's incredibly affordable. If you're interested, there's the link for that too. And you can do remote healing, and it happens. I just being on this receiving side of it, it's like, wow. I remember being like so floored by how profound that was, you know. So thank you for your service.
Of course, yeah, like you can get a lot out of it. Like if you have a very clear intent on what you want.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's okay if you're just like exploring and experimenting too.
Yeah,
But yeah, like if you're really ready to like make a shift and like go to the next level or like overcome something, then it can be a really great opportunity to make that jump to the next level.
yeah,
Yeah. And with just as with everything else, like the more energy and focus you put into it, the bigger results you will get.
yeah,
So yeah, have a very clear intent on what you want.
yeah. And suspend your disbelief if you can. Like that was something that I've learned to say, is that uh if we come to a session with somebody in very strong standing in our skepticism and our disbelief, it's not that the thing doesn't work, it's that we're closing our body from receiving. If we're like, show me that you're real, kind of that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
and um
Well, you're going to get exactly what you're expecting, like
right,
nothing.
right. And then you've that, and also you're down a couple of bucks, like if you're putting, and that's why I think the energy exchange is so awesome that you're doing the energy exchange now, because honestly, I found this to be true when I did sessions without any charge for a long time. And when I began to require an energy exchange, uh, it worked a lot better, I don't know, it's really clear. It's very obvious. If there's an investment, then that person comes to the session with the desire of doing something about it. You know what I mean? Like they're
Hmm.
open to it more, right?
Yeah, they're more serious about it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Speaking of serious, there's some real serious Syrian energy going on lately. You
Hmm.
know, uh the the Syrian portal continues through for another like 12 days for it by most accounting. And I think it's really, or it's not 12 days. What, today's the 12th already. It's crazy. It's the 12th already. I think like
Hmm.
20th is when it completes. Is that right? You
I'm
and I
not
were talking
sure.
about it a little while ago. I can't remember anymore. Anyway, um, and the Syrian energy that you always bring through is what I was thinking about, because those are your guides, aren't they? They're the from what part of Syria is? I always forget.
I mean, they embody the energies of Sirius, and like they're the guides that were responsible of like bringing in and teaching us in the past of like the hermetic principles and like how creation and the laws of physics work.
Yeah,
So yeah, like they're like the wisdom keepers or gatherers, keepers of knowledge, and embodied by the energies of Sirius. And there are teachers that have been here for a very long time. So
yeah, yeah. They feel
and
pretty ancient.
yeah, and there are a lot of people who are embodying that energy here too. Like there are a lot of star seeds from Sirius here
Yeah,
incarnate right now.
yeah. I think it's fun. I think we'll do these Guardian and I, for those that don't know, we will do these Zoom meetings where Guardian goes into the channeling state, and everybody who joins the Zoom meeting live, because we don't stream it or anything, then
Hmm.
can take turns to ask questions from the Tehute. I love saying their name. It's just fun. It, it feels like a Native American word that I just can't quite put my finger on, which I really like.
Well,
You
it's
know,
more Egyptian than Native American, but maybe they have an equivalent of that too. I'm not sure.
yeah. And the sometimes I get the chance to, not everybody feels confident to speak up and ask their questions. So sometimes I get to have a back and forth exchange with this collective, and it's really interesting too. Sometimes there's quite a few more than there are other times, depending on the day and the need, you know.
Hmm.
But it's just fun to learn about them and
Yeah,
the
like they
way.
know in advance that what we will need, and the right people appear, or at
Yeah,
least the right, I don't know, like members of the group appear for us.
right. Like they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And this group that um, I find it to be really funny, because I talk to them and I feel like I'm talking to Spock, because they're just like so balanced emotionally. They don't have the extreme highs or the extreme lows that we're really accustomed to. And so they, I are it's kind of it. Some people will ask some, like, what's wrong with my toe, and they'll say, did you stub your toe? I don't know what happened. Like, like we're not here to predict. It's just kind of fun. But we're going to be doing that again sometime in the near future too, for anyone
Yeah,
wondering
like
in
we
the
could.
audience.
It just like came into my mind when like we did it on Patreon like years ago. And I remember like someone was like very shy on like coming to the microphone. She was like
Yeah,
asking like, "Well, I was wonder if I could like ask a question," and they were like, "Well, that is why you're here." So I was like,
yeah, yeah. That's fun.
"What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're very blunt and direct. So
Yeah, yeah, like there's no like, and there's nothing's really off limit. Like they're just like so matter of fact about everything. It's like, well, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that's how it works. Where you been? Not to in a condescending way, but There's a question actually here. Barb in the West Florida
Okay.
says, so Guardian, do you paint what inspires you from our conversation slash session? Or do you have ones for people to choose from?
I mean, it can be both.
Mm,
Like when we have a session, I usually paint something that is inspired by the energies from the session, or like symbols or motifs, colors that the specific person suggests or wants to see. Because like some people have some very clear image on, I don't know, like maybe a totem animal or a
right.
specific element, I don't know, like wind or water combined with something, and like information comes through that. And but yeah, like it's usually I just like sit down and draw based on what came through in it before that. So yeah, I mean each situation is different. So
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a good question too, because there is a
Mhm.
um
But yeah, like
it's
also people can choose because like we already have quite a few. I mean, I only have them right now on Facebook, but also on Instagram. So our Instagram is growing too. So I will need to share that too. And yeah, like people can choose, like, hey, like I really like this one or something like that.
yeah,
And I want something in the spirit of that. Like that gives us a lot of guidance on
right.
like which direction to like move forward. But
And
yeah,
it
like it's a
sounds
collaborative process. So it's not just like I'm just going to paint something for you and like that's it. So it's like we're always like doing a sketch digitally. I mean, I do that first and then send it to anyone who wants a commission. And like then we collaborate on like, hey, do you like this? You don't like it? Do you want to change the colors or something like that before we actually start painting the painting? So we like whenever you like give the green light that I love it, then we start painting the physical thing.
awesome. Wow, that's really cool. So they get to be in every part of the step that they want to be in anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's a collaborative process too. Yeah, and you can also choose what kind of varnish do you want to seal your painting with too. So
Yeah, that's
another
awesome.
little extra.
That's amazing. You get to have, be so part of it in the process of the creation process. And it did they do I don't know how many of you, if you guys can't find him on Facebook, if you go to my Facebook page, I've shared his content multiple times. Um, and so you can go to my page and see that his stuff there. I'll go and share another
Hey,
one
I could
today too.
share my Facebook link. I'm not sure. I mean, like writing it in
Yeah, I don't
the
know how it
URL.
works. Yeah. It doesn't
It's kind
really
of long, but
why don't
like
I
depending on, yeah.
I'll commit to when we hang up, I'll go to Facebook, grab your shareable link and put it in the description of the video. At least on my side, it won't I don't know if I do that after the fact, it might not end up going into your side. So maybe I'll just do it. Oh, here we go. Hey,
Mhm.
sorry. Maybe I'll just do it right now real quick. So that way it'll be that's shareable. I mean, that you can type that in pretty easily. Um, Here it is. Paste. So this is if you type in, just go into Facebook, um,
Yeah, it's,
cc.zoltan.art. That's his.
yeah. I can also we will like add all of these to the descriptions of the video too
Yeah,
when
exactly,
the live event wraps up. So
exactly. And it's some really fun stuff. The things that you share, and you know they're typically on their way someplace, and so it's cool that we get to go back and see all of these different pieces that you've made, or at least many of them. I'm sure that there's some that people, like that they just go, and you don't have time to share on a digital way. But I always appreciate you sharing them because they're just so beautiful. I connect
okay.
with them very deeply. Yeah. Car says, I asked Guardian for a whale in my painting. Every day there has been whale sightings here. Oh, after asking that, every day there had been whale sightings there. Very powerful stuff. Wow. So she asked
Wow.
for a
Okay.
whale, and then whales have been coming every single day. leading up
By
to
the
the.
way, like a question for Cara, like if you permit it, like I can share your painting. It's there in the corner right now with all the things ready to be shipped. So
Oh, so it's not quite on its way there yet.
not quite yet. Yeah, it's going to be set up tomorrow. Like we needed to we actually create like a custom crate for the paintings so
Oh
they
yeah, cool.
don't get squashed.
Car, is that
Like,
okay if he shares it live?
yeah. And we
See that?
needed the pieces to arrive before we can create the actual crate. So
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
so cool. Maybe we might get to see it. That'd be awesome.
yeah. I mean, I
Yeah, for
wanted to
sure.
find a
Go
way to
ahead.
like make it as safe as possible because, like, yeah, sure, okay. I'm just going to get it, grab it very quick.
All right. The stuff that Guardian creates is just always so amazing that it does. Okay, here we go. Let's see that. Whoa, I
Now
already see.
everyone could see how tall I am. So,
He's so tall. Here, let me make you big.
like, this is Kara's painting. So, it already has the varnish on it. That's why it's so shinier. So, it's difficult. Oh, there we go. I found it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's
Wow.
the nasty thing is that we're flipped, so you're seeing the mirror version of it. So it's a
All
bit
right. I
weird.
don't know how to unflip it.
You're seeing
Awesome.
the mirror version of it. Oh, there you go. I just shifted
Oh, you
back.
did
So,
it.
okay. So now you're seeing the real thing. Now this is how the painting actually looks. So
Wow. That's gorgeous.
and it's also signed on the back. You can hang it. She who remembers. So that's the name of the painting
Oh,
that Cara chose.
beautiful. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. It's so weird. I've not seen your background flipped for so long that it's like kind of disorientating. That's so hilarious.
Okay, we're
Um,
back. Yeah. Yeah, like it's
um,
so annoying because like it's okay because I'm used to seeing myself in the mirror. Like that's how we're used to seeing ourselves. And whenever I try to show something to people, it's just so weird. It's just you're seeing the flipped version of it.
yeah, that's awesome. Oh, and Rose Matter says that sounds awesome. I asked for a kitty in mine.
Okay, yeah.
The big reveal, right, Josh? Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah,
Car
like I
says, I
usually
love it so,
reveal
so much.
painting.
Pardon.
Oh, awesome. I usually reveal paintings after people receive their shipment. So this was a sneak peek.
That's
It's
awesome.
not official.
Well, thank you so much for doing it. And Cara, thank you for letting us see
Yes.
your painting. That was really nice of you.
I would not have
Yeah,
shared it if she wouldn't permit it. So
right.
it's her right to see it first.
I appreciate that. I think that's beautiful that you do that. Um, there's so many beautiful comments. I read every one of your comments, everybody. But
Hmm.
Lois is saying, thank you. I enjoy connecting with you all. The painting with the whale is gorgeous. It is. That was beautiful. Yeah. Um, and just because I see you in the audience, Kat, if you're a, I'm looking to connect with you. I've been trying to find you. So if you would, I don't know if you have a way to connect and to talk, but I'm curious if you'd be willing to send me an email. If so, let me know. Um, that is beautiful. I am excited to book with you soon, says Barb in West Florida. Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
And Carr says, I love it. I love that it was seen. I love that it was seen. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm so glad that you shared that. Um, we have been on for an hour, and usually we go about an hour, and that's about because it's late at night in Guardian Land.
Yeah, like we postponed it a bit for half an hour because I had to get home from a rehearsal. So,
Honestly, that worked out so much better for me. It did. So it was
I
perfect.
mean, we
You
could
want to?
try to do it this way during the summer period, but during the winter, I don't
Yeah,
know. No way.
yeah. You got everything else going on.
Yeah.
Would you like to share what your rehearsal was about? Since you mentioned it, people are probably going to wonder.
Oh yeah, like I really like to stretch my boundaries. So I joined this spring the local choir. I have a very booming deep voice, so I'm strengthening the guys in the bass.
Yeah.
and we're going to have our first show or something. Like it's I don't know what's called in English. So each locale or each city or each village like has their own day when they like celebrate stuff, and like people come together and they're like events and all that. And the local choirs are also going to perform. So I'm also part of it now. So I'm going to be on stage singing. So that's really crazy. I would have not thought I'm going to do anything like this a year ago. So
Wow. You guys
it's
all have
really
matching
stretching my
outfits?
boundaries. Yeah.
Do you have matching outfits?
Not necessarily. I mean, mostly yes, but yeah. I mean, we're just going to wear black and white, and it's okay.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that you're doing that. And your voice is very unique. And the fact that you're in a choir, like you said, I mean, it's just going to be so cool for everybody. There's so many of us that benefit from hearing your voice. I've always loved the stories that we've talked about over the years where, when you were in college, maybe it helped people fall asleep to take a nap during your presentations. And
Yeah. Yeah.
now you use your voice to
To
induce
send people sleeping during my meditations.
which induces this other frequency that is just so beautiful. So that's something else I wanted to mention before we got going, is the Guardian does have these beautiful violet flame meditations and other types of meditations on his channel. I encourage you to access them. I know a lot of people are reporting density and difficulty in their bodies right now. The violet flame meditations are really good for that. So if you do get a chance, I encourage you to go check out his channel and see
Yeah, or
some of
do
those.
the blue flame Archangel Michael ones. They're
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of blue flame stuff going on. Oh, I should probably say this just
Mhm.
because we are doing a retreat. Still,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
doing a retreat. It's going to be so awesome. We're
It's
offering
going to
33
be
tickets only. It's the same concept, same place, everything that we already did before, only it's for the equinox. So September 23rd, or excuse me, September 20th through the 23rd. For anyone who is interested, please go to this website. It's also in the description of this video. And this here is Guardian's email. I've already said that, but I'm just pointing it out again and give you all that. And it's in the contact info, or it's in the description of this video as well. And then we'll add this Facebook to the description. Though a lot of you, I know a lot of the people that I interact with, I've seen engaging with his content on Facebook. So many of you are finding him. If you are interested, c.zoltan@.art on Facebook. Guardian, I always look forward to connecting with you. And thank you so much for being able to come on with such short notice. That's amazing.
Yeah, like it was meant to happen. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's perfect. And then for when we do the channeling, we will let you all know, because Guardian and I don't have a time or a day set up, but at some point in the future that will happen. Sounds like he has a lot on his plate right now, so maybe it might not be right away.
probably not.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Yeah. And I want to say thank you to everybody who joined us today. Oh, and last thing, remembering that if you go to the community section or the posts section of this YouTube channel, you'll find the link for today's group meeting. That it's just chatting. It's just a conversation similar to this. Only anybody can come. It's not live. It's not aired. You don't have to have your camera on. You don't even have to talk. So if y'all want to come, then that's where you'll find the meeting. So thank you so much, Guardian, for joining us today. I look forward to talking to you again really soon.
Likewise. Sending much love to everyone.
I hope